everybody. What are we doing today? Well, right now I'm heading down to my shop because we got to do a couple of things, but we're going to, you saw it in the title, we're going to put power windows in my car. I got a couple sets of power convertible doors laying around. When it comes to the power window stuff, minus the switches, it's pretty much all the same, but I'm not using the factory switches. I thought about using the factory switches in the door and putting the power door locks in and running, the factory harness and everything. But what I'm going to do is I ordered a set of universal switches. I'm just going to mount them in the center console. I don't trust 30-year-old switches and wiring. I just don't like it. Yeah, I could buy new switches and stuff like that, but they're heavy, they're clunky. So a buddy of mine has these universal switches, says they work great, so I ordered those. I'm just gonna wire them one to each motor, instead of having to wire these two switches, that switch, and so on. Sorry, I'm hitting my watch. We're gonna get the motors all clean out of the doors, which, man, what a pain. What a pain these doors are to get apart. I've already got one motor out, and I started doing some research on to see the weight difference because I've all about cutting weight out of this car, and it's like the regulators are the same. It's like 3 pounds regular, minus wiring and switches, but that's also the reason why I'm going to do my own harness and my own switch, because then it's like less than a pound. So there's a chance I'm going to be 4 pounds into swapping to power windows. Like, I'm all about saving weight, but 4 pounds is, I'll put 4 pounds in for power windows. It's gotten really obnoxious. I don't have to tell anybody. Anybody who's used manual windows knows how obnoxious it gets. But the one thing that would annoy me was staging lanes, pulling up to the burnout box. I can't roll my driver window up and down with my window net up, because the window net comes too far forward. So someone has to do it for me. So I'm always sitting in a car. This way I put window switches in, I can have the windows down all the way to the burnout box. So that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge, especially now wearing a 28 suit this year. I haven't drank my coffee yet. As you can see, I'm not in my GMC. I bought a new truck. Well, not new to me. The last 2 years of doing drag week out of town, I'm like, I love my Denali. The Denali is great, but it can't pull my trailer efficiently. And I feel like if I keep beating that truck up, that transmission's gonna grenade pulling that much weight one of the times. So, I wasn't really a Ford guy. I went on the hunt for a 16 to 17 Denali 2500 diesel. Oh yeah, this is a diesel. It's a Power Stroke. It's a 16 F350 6.7. Indiana Bentley. Yeah, it's already been fixed. It's in really good shape. At 80,000 miles on it. I got it for a really good deal. It's the only reason I got it. I really wasn't a Ford guy. I went on the hunt for a 16-17 Denali 2500 diesel, but around here people are just ignorant with them. It's $60,000-$70,000 for one in good shape and clean, or you find them in the 40s. They're plow/construction trucks. I don't want a plow truck. I don't want some guy who uses it as a work truck. And they don't care about it. They just beat the crap out of them most times. So I wasn't paying new truck prices for a 4-year-old truck with 80, 90K on it. I'm growing into it. I like the truck. I'm having a really hard time getting comfortable in this driver's seat. It doesn't go as low as I like to sit in vehicles. If you notice, I'm like up very high. And I'm not a tall dude. Like, I'm 5'11". And from what I've gathered and the research I've done, there's really nothing to do about it. So I'm getting used to it. I like a lot of the features. I like a diesel. This thing is, I mean, it's got unlimited power. You know, it's pretty hopped up now. I got it wicked up, but it's only like in the middle of the wicked up settings. And I'm like, this is ignorant for a truck this big to be this fast. So I'm probably just gonna leave it there, and I'm actually probably gonna turn it down some when I'm towing. I'm not gonna do much to this, just like my last truck. You know, it's my daily driver. I need it to be reliable. Someone's been having fun doing burnouts. That's the third set I've seen. It wasn't me. My Mustang's been in the garage. This is my commute. I love this commute. I get to see the sunrise here in the morning. But I'm gonna change the cold side intercooler pipe on this that always explodes. I'll put an intake on it. A full EGR delete instead of this block off plate I got, but in a year, because I have a warranty till next April on this. I'm thinking about putting a Carly leveling kit in it and then bagging the back so it thinks it's level even with the trailer. I just haven't decided what I want to do. You know, the shocks on this are worn, so it's one of those things. But I'm happy with it. You know, the truck's in really good shape, and I got a really good deal on it. It's pretty much the reason why I jumped on a Ford was I got a diesel that's in great condition below market value. So I'll when we get to the shop, I'll show you the outside of it. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. I've changed a couple of things. I've changed the mirror lights. I've changed the cab lights. Changed the third brake light. Put LED in there so I could have something bright in the bed. Yeah, that's it. But like I said, it is. I kind of wish I bought a diesel years ago, but this is one of the reasons why I'm not going to be at Drag Week this year. Registration is this morning for Drag Week. I had my pre-reg email sent to me a week ago. I'm already signed up for Midwest Drags. Signed up for that. My hotel rooms are booked. I'm not going to be able to afford to do both of them. Between this truck and our shop that we purchased back in December, I am, you know, riding the struggle bus, as some say. So I'm only going to be able to do, I'm kind of bummed about not doing Drag Week. I'm not going to lie. I've done it 2 years in a row. I've placed 2 years in a row. It's way closer this year being in the Carolinas, but I can't swing fuel and hotels and the booking and all of that, you know. You got to expect $3-4 grand on a tight budget for a Drag Week, you know. Probably closer to 4 with all said and done. So you really gotta, it's a lot of money for a week of racing, and to do it twice. So like I said, I'm bummed. You know, if something happens between now and September to where I've got you know, spare a couple grand laying around, I'll just show up. It's never sold out. I'll sit in the wait list line. What I'll do is I'll get on the wait list after today, and then I'll if something happens, I'll just show up and do it. But I don't, as of right now, I don't see it. What I'll probably try to do, we'll see how the year goes. I might try to get in Devon's 8th mile one in the Carolinas in November, because that gives me a good enough time. The main problem is Midwest Drags is in July, Drag Week is in September. So to come up with all the money in that amount of time, yeah. So we're going to the shop, and we'll see you there in a minute. But this truck is ignorant. Well, if anyone remembers from my previous videos, I used to work here. Right? I worked here for a couple of years. This is the place with the lift outside, out back, where I'd power wash under the Mustang and everything. Yeah, we were fired from this place back in July or August of last year, and the owner was a total dipshit. He was a 20-year-old kid who had a bunch of money, had 3 other friends that he gave money to, and they had an investment firm, and it's a textbook example of arrogance. They barely knew anything about business, knew absolutely nothing about the automotive repair business, and within 2 years they had to sell. So here we are, I'm back, running the shots, running the show here. We were happy to purchase it. It's been great. We bought it back in December, and we've already blown the last company out of the water. It's kind of one of those things where I wish I could see him and be like, I told you so. When you got 2 people in your shop with combined, something like 30 plus years of automotive experience, and you're 21 years old, you should probably start listening to them about the industry instead of thinking you know what you know about the industry. Well, it did not work out or turn out well for them. I don't even think he made it 2 years. I think January 13th would have been 2 years for him, and we closed December 24th or 3rd or what it was. But yeah, I've been super busy between this, buying a new truck. That's why I've had a couple messages about the YouTube slowing way down, and it's honestly because of buying the shop and everything. And like I said, we've been slammed busy. It's been good, but it's been hectic. I'm getting some IT work done on my internet and cameras and all that, yada yada yada. But once we're done here, we're gonna head back home and start on this power window conversation and finish up plumbing on the water box. Also cleaning out the garage, and I picked up something else pretty cheap this last weekend, so we're gonna start talking about that as well. All right, I realize we're kind of jumping around a little bit here. I didn't show you the outside of the truck, showed you the inside, showed you the business, but yeah, I hate these wheels. Yeah, she's in good shape. Still got my old one I'm probably selling, but these chrome clad wheels are such crap. They're freaking hubcaps. I'm trying to find a set of platinums for cheap. But diesel, baby. Should make life a whole lot easier to pull the trailer this year. I know I said we were gonna finish up the intercooler system. That's pretty much all done. I have to take the can back out. I could weld the cap onto it. I ordered some DEI heat sleeving to put over the hoses where on the frame rail, because it gets close to where the wastegates and stuff is. Do that, tie them all up, and wire the pump, and that's done. I've already, I've 12 volted the pump. It holds like 3.5 gallons of water now, so it's going to be significantly lighter. What we're doing is we're rebuilding door panels. Yeah, if anyone remembers, I got these black, I don't know if I posted it, I think I did a video. I got these black door panels that were absolutely beat to crap. I'll put it before and after in the comments. But I jumped on LMR. And I got the boards here, the new door boards. I also got the map delete pockets, because obviously who needs map pockets anymore? I got all the hardware, and I got the plugs and all that, and FedEx has lost it, so I've been waiting 3 days for that stuff. I've been slowly pulling the staples, because there's a whole row of staples, as you can see. So you gotta be gentle with these. There's, you know, mine are pretty malleable, except in the corners are a little stiff. So I'm probably gonna have to get some heat on those when I go to reform them. But I gotta look up to see how to take the speaker grills off. I don't remember. We gotta pop this, and then you have all these, you know, these are folded down, that holds on the map pocket. So that's got to all come off, and they got like these little retainer clips. But I ordered all new clips. I ordered everything to rebuild it, because we're gonna put power windows in the car. I have a spare set of convertible doors that have everything in it. Convertible parts are just spewing at the hinges. But here is the driver one that I took apart. I cleaned it all up. I mean, I didn't clean this stuff. I mean, but I cleaned it, re-greased it. Everything seems to work. And I'm waiting on getting a driver window switch and door harness, and then I could actually do the whole transformation. The passenger side, you know, this is the passenger door, but you know, the window switches are the same. But I couldn't use the driver one here because convertibles have rear windows. I mean, I could have and just not wired them, but you know, it would look kind of silly in there. So we're gonna take these apart. Boy. We're gonna finish taking these apart, get these boards off. It's a little chilly in here, so I might have to take this into the other garage when I go to put it back together, just so I don't ruin one of these panels. All right, there's one board. It's kind of like it's got a, I mean, you could see how shot it was. They get water damage. It's, you know, it's plain and simple. Warning, cancer and reproductive harm. 8793 Mustang doorboards, power window. Alright. You have purchased the finest restoration parts available. Start with REM Automotive, finish with quality. I don't understand why they don't just pop all this out. Like, why do I have to go and do it? But you know, it's cardboard. Yeah, don't buy the $400 boards. Buy some used panels, spend $200 on parts, and then, you know, frustrate the whole time to pop it all apart. Oh, these are nice and easy. Can't they all be like that? I am using the trunk and wing of the Mustang as my workbench. Not the smartest idea. Got a cover on it, right? Alrighty. I finished up one panel. Well, it's finished for the most part. The grill is not connected yet. The little push clips are with the rest of the hardware. So that's just sitting there. This is obviously just sitting there because it gets screwed into the door, but map delete's on. You know, it came out pretty nice. Just needs another good cleaning. It's good to go. So, time consuming, not really hard. I have to do the other one still. We're gonna do that this week, but it's gonna be like in the 70s and 80s here this week, so I want to drive my car. So I've been finishing up this intercooler setup. I just welded the top on. So this is complete. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. So that's all good. Like I was saying, that is all good to go. The only thing I gotta do is you could see it here, this hose, I gotta
put a heat thing on it and strap it up because it's kind of close to the wastegate. But, and I'm gonna make a mount underneath. So I just have this front and back, which is sturdy, but I don't know what vibration is gonna do to it. So I'm gonna make a mount, just weld a tube from this one out where it bolts into there, so you know it's sitting on it as a pedestal. And then I gotta wire this. That's just gonna be on a switch on my arc panel. I like to have control of the pump just so I can turn it on whenever I want instead of just being like full throttle it comes on. So that'll be on my arc panel. And then we get to see how well this does. I gotta fill it back up with water and cycle it all and make sure there's no leaks. But fingers crossed that this is a success, because I went from, I think that old tank held 7 or 5.5 gallons. So the tank's, you know, 17 pounds plus 5.5 gallons of water, plus all the lines that run all the way to the back of the car and all the fittings and the bulkheads and the hose is full of water. Now we just have this little heat exchanger, these 2 hoses, this tank, and there's 2 hoses that run to there, 2 hoses in. It holds just over 3 gallons of, the whole system just holds over 3 gallons of water. We've cut significant weight out of the car, especially significant weight out of the back, and we moved it forward. So I'm hoping I'm closer to like 60% on the nose. I'd be happy like 58%. Probably be really sweet spot. You know, it's a radial car. It's not a slick car. I need the weight on the nose, less weight on the ass, get that thing to separate. I got to put in my new front shocks that I got from Dave. I think I talked to you guys about that. They are, look, with one time getting caught on a salty road. I don't know if you can see how nasty this stuff is. Look at that. That's what this salt does to this shit. Oh, I cannot wait to wash under this car. But we're gonna get the shocks in there. Double adjustable afterworks, radial prepped, radial valve shock. So hopefully I can get this thing to 60 foot. My best has been 124 on shot strange 10 ways with it tied down with the limiters. Yeah, people can go faster. It scared me trying to push it faster in the 60 because I didn't want to end up on the bumper. You know, I put this thing on the bumper and come crashing down. I'm off for a year or two replacing everything that breaks. So we're going to put those in, and then we're going to get after the 60, because one of my goals this year is I want to go 1 teens in the 60, and I want to go 7s out the back. I like to go 4s in the 8th, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. But 7s out the back is definitely doable. You know, 5.0, 5.1. Next video, we'll probably be putting the power windows in. I got to finish taking it out of here. This door's already gutted. I got to do it. On the vert, they have like this whole plate that's riveted on that holds it. So I gotta cut those out, drill them out, get the motor and everything out of it, and then I need to get a driver switch and a driver door harness. And we can start putting it in this. I'm not doing anything until I have everything. And I also need to start making my new brake lines. I don't know how I'm gonna mount this yet. I got this piece to try to clean everything up and make everything a little bit more easy. But being that my brake lines come out that side, I don't know. You know, I thought about just doing it and then, you know, just mounting it like that on the front of the tower. But I don't know yet. I don't know. It might end up getting shelved and just me redoing the lines I have there in stainless and calling them a day. Because you don't single flare night copper steel lines. Found that out the hard way. So like I said, I might just remake all my lines in stainless and call it a day. We'll see. But we'll finish up here. It's spring. It's April. It's racing season. A lot of people are already racing out there. I can't wait to get racing. I'm not racing until my brake lines are redone. And I got to wire in a bunch of stuff. So we'll catch that in the next one. Get in the garage, grab a cold drink, get to work on the hot rod, guys. Have a good one.